Good morning, good morning. If you are joining us for the first time, I am Melissa McLeod here at the Wool and the Floss in Grosse Pointe Woods, Michigan. We are a creative escape for all stitchers. And if you saw all the stuff around me, I think you'd pass out because I'm about to pass out myself. I had Kaylee, Emily, and Liz all say something to me at different times last week that there wasn't enough product in the shop. So for anyone who knows me, when I'm given a mission, boy, do I go to town. So I have lots of stuff to show you today. So lots of new product in the building, a nice, fantastic selection of finishing, some trunk show highlights. We have 2 trunk shows in the shop. Hey, Kales, you want to pick a couple favorite initial K items? Because I didn't do that. Yeah, thank you. So let me tell you who's here with us today. We have kind of a few different people than normal, maybe just one different person than normal. So Kelly is here, she is moderating. Liz is helping her out today because rumor has it Liz has better handwriting than Kelly, but you know, I'm not gonna judge. But that was, I think, what broke the tie. Emily is here. Anne is normally here, but Anne is actually on vacation this week, and ironically, she is staying with a friend, like 5-minute walk down the street from my lake house. So I'm gonna see her either tonight or tomorrow morning. I'm not sure which. So I look forward to that. Kaylee is here, Colleen is here, Laura's here, Sabrina is here. Julie's here. Did I say Emily was here?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So Kaylee pulled in today and she said, wow, there's so many people here I couldn't even fit in the parking lot. So, which is good because we've got lots and lots to show you today. So let's start with a little finishing. This is so sweet. So my friend Amy Poor is probably watching me. This is not her item. This is Mary Lou's item, but this is a bag that we sell. And it has a Taylor Studios monogram on the front. So sweet. And I believe this is probably from Mary Lou herself because these are her initials and it looks fantastic. So if you have not had a chance, hop on to the Wool and the Floss website, search for Taylor Studios, and it will show you everything that we do. So Amy Poor is the designer behind Taylor Studios. Her mother also helps her. Our mother's maiden name, I think,
yes,
is Taylor.
Yes.
So I get confused whether it's her mother's last name, whatever. But
it is.
So it's her mother's last name, not her. Oh, okay. It doesn't really matter. It's her mother's name. We're just gonna leave it at that. I'm getting myself so confused, talking in circles. So this is absolutely darling, and Amy will do a 2 or 3 letter monogram in this style. She also has a number of script styles. You can do a monogram chart. There's so many great things that you can use over and over again. We love this bag. It has a batik lining, as you can see, and I think, and we're gonna check it out. Sometimes the ones that we stock at different points in time, the fabric's slightly different, and I think it is slightly different. So the one that we have right now is like this. And it's got kind of this open weave on the front. If you're not a fan of the open weave, but I love this one. Look at this cute little closure on here. Love, love, love it. We have the more straightforward one. I will tell you, the first round rattan bag like this that I purchased, I was at TJ Maxx and I picked it up and I loved it. And then I found out that the less expensive ones, and I'm giving you a cautionary tale, the less expensive ones tend to be a little rough. And the only reason that matters is, in my case, I was wearing like, I'd like to say it was a silk blouse, but it was probably a low-end polyester blouse, and it snagged it all over. So these are a little higher end, so they are a little better made, so they're not gonna snag anything. So even if you buy one from TJ Maxx, go forth and conquer. Just make sure it's not like rough. So, okay, so that is Mary Lou's. Thank you, Miss Emily. Next up, we have a couple bag straps. And our Pat, many of you may have talked to Pat. She is here typically Wednesdays and Fridays and some Saturdays, of course. And she said she had enjoyed so much stitching this Colors of Praise strap. It's so fantastic. And she's like, it was just really gratifying because you just do like, oh, tonight I'm just going to do this one little section. And even she said, even if it was like a day where she couldn't do a lot of stitching, she might just do like this tiny little section. but this is really pretty. So we could order this exact strap for you. Most of them are fantastic for stash diving. We have a couple in the building that I will show you that Kelly, I think, pulled for me. So they make great bag straps. They can be belts. They can go around a tray. As a matter of fact, I have a rattan tray I'm going to show you. Maybe I'll show it to you right now. So this is the one, I think I showed this last week too, because we had a couple of these. And this one I think is a little like, has a little bit more fall feel than some of the Colors to Praise do. It's got that little kind of stained glass section, I like to say, that looks like a little bit Frank Lloyd Wright. So again, purse strap, sorry, I'm reaching for something. Purse strap or belt, but these would be fabulous wrapped around a tray. And we have these trays in, unfortunately right now, 2 different sizes, not 3 different sizes. So in this case, this is the small tray. Sorry, I am finagling it right now. And you actually have extra canvas. So what you could do with a belt strap with this small tray, which just got restocked, is you could do stitch enough for the belt to go around the edge of the tray, and it would be fabulous decor in your home. And then you're gonna have some extra, and you can turn the extra into a key fob or even a cuff bracelet, depending on how much canvas you need. So we love these trays. They are rattan wrapped, woven on the inside, wrapped on the edges, nice sturdy wood bottom. So a great way to corral things on like a coffee table, etc. This is the small version. The medium has been out of stock with my designer, or with my vendor, excuse me. And so we can, those of you, I think there's 3 or 4 of you that are hoping to get a medium one. I still have you on the list. They tell me they're coming back in stock, fingers crossed. This is the small, and then we also have the large. So we can kind of accommodate any size belt. If you want the large tray, most belts won't go around the large tray, but our finishers can add a little strip of ribbon or fabric to connect it. And then therefore, sometimes the large tray is a little bit more useful to some people. Do you remember the size of the large tray compared to this? Isn't this one, Emily, is, this one is 10 across, and I think the large tray is 14 across. Does that sound right? We're double checking that, sorry. Just because I keep saying we have 2 sizes. Why don't you bring it over if you wouldn't mind, Colleen, sorry. Okay, so we'll get back to the trays. I'll just show you the 2 sizes that are available for you to compare in case you are wanting that. And the small one will go inside the large one. Was it 14? Mm-hmm. Oh, every now and then I remember something right. So this one is 14 across. And so let's go back to, we'll give you a sneak peek of one of the belts I'm going to show you. This is another Colors of Praise belt. Oh my God, this will look so good on this tray. Boom, ba boom, ba boom. Oh, look at that. It is going to go around with everything. You're gonna have about 6 inches. So like I said, my finishers can join that with a piece of fabric or ribbon or whatever, because sometimes this larger tray, see it compared to my head, it's gonna be a littleit more useful than this smaller tray. So, personal choice. So those 2 are in stock. Again, those of you that are waiting on the medium size tray, they are back ordered, but I'm told they will be coming back. So, the other Colors of Praise item Kelly pulled to show you is this 13 mesh hip belt. I think right now this is the only hip belt I have. Liz,
that is Liz's.
This is the one that Liz stitched when she had a family member that was having some health issues, and so she was, you know, taking care of them. And I think she stitched this whole thing in like 3 weeks because she was doing a lot of like sitting and hanging and talking and all that, and it was a really good distraction probably for her and her patient. And he's doing fabulously, by the way, now, so no worries there, but it turned out beautifully. So that is here as well. This purse strap is here for Sherry. I just talked to Sherry yesterday, and this is a purse strap that this is from Patty Paints, and we can order this for you. It comes in a pink and green version, but I have to say this blue iCat version is fantastic. Is that how you say that word, you guys? ICAT?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now she's twinning with me and Jan.
I know. So a lot of people have stitched this because I just love it. I have not stitched it myself, but it is beautiful. So I can order this right now, or right for you, and don't have this in the building. What is in the building is this Patricia sewn strap, which I also love. It's on 13 mesh, so it's going to stitch up really quickly. I am not a huge fan of this citron green. That's just not my color wheel. A lot of people love this color, but if this were mine, I'd change this to a little bit more maybe spring green, because that's just kind of more my jive. But yeah, Kayla's going, I wouldn't change it. She's over there commenting. But you know, don't ever be put off by one little color on something. I used to say when I first started stitching, oh, I can't change the colors. Like the designer knows way more than I do. Well, that might be true for sure about design, that they do know more than I do, but they don't know me, they don't know the clothes I wear, and there's more than one right answer. So that's gonna be my takeaway for you all. So, okay, since we were talking about those rattan trays, we also have a restock of this woven rattan frame. I think Emily ordered one for herself, as I recall.
Yes.
And either she or Kaylee
I
pulled
just
this
did it just now because I was
beautiful.
like, I think that looks perfect. In there.
She is called The Woman in Gold. And tell me the artist, Klimt, Liz, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Look at me, I came up with something. Yes, so I think she would be so pretty in that frame. So it holds a 4x4, so super self-finishing, just like a picture frame. Pop open the back and in goes your stitch canvas. You might have to, and it really depends on the frame and your stitching, you might have to not use the glass, but many times with needlepoint, I don't like to have glass over it anyways, because it kind of reduces your ability to see the piece, especially with a $37 frame. I can guarantee you this is not museum glass. So there we go. Okay. Oh, cute. This is here for Mary Kay. Mary Kay is going to come up and see us for our Halloween ribbon class. As a matter of fact, our marketing gal, Rebecca, just set up a page on our website about upcoming events. So check that out. We do have the ribbon class upcoming September 9th and 10th. I think there's at least one spot. There could be 3 spots if we needed there to be. Other than that, it is fully booked. And then we have our retreat the end of September, which is a stitch in, not a retreat. Thank you, Kelly. Which is fully booked. That was a lottery. Oh, Mary Kay, and I'm holding up you seeing your finishing. Sorry, she's watching live. So we look forward to seeing you. And then we've got our Yambi bag event, which is a fantastic fundraiser event with my friend Julie Vergie. That is sometime in August. Maybe 2 weeks.
August 27th, I believe.
Is that? I should remember that because that's my mother's
believe it
birthday.
is.
Yeah, that's a
Julian's
Wednesday.
Yeah.
So yay. I'm trying to remember what else the schedule. And then we're talking about some other things coming up. So if you are always like, I wonder what's going on, I want it all in one place, Rebecca has taken care of that for us. So here's Mary Kay's darling ornament. It is Let It Snow Somewhere Else. Everyone in the building stitched this for me for Christmas, which was so sweet. And it's really fun. So I think you guys did a different background. Do you remember?
We did like a silver, like white silver.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, and this is pink, and I love the pink too, but mine was, I think, like a silvery white. So that's here for Mary Kay. So we look forward to seeing you, Mary Kay. Yay! Next up.
Oh yeah, and Rebecca said, don't forget about the Spooktacular.
Oh yes, and so the Spooktacular, we have. Like, I'm so proud of us because honestly, half the time we don't plan things very well. We kind of go from the seat of our pants and things fall into our laps. Oh, we have another event probably happening in September that's we're really excited about because that one did kind of fall in our laps. But the Spooktacular, we have been planning since March. Mm-hmm. So that will be October 14th. So those of you that have not been around since last October, Liz and Kelly, everyone in the shop loves Halloween stitching. And some of us actually love Halloween. I would not be one of those. I love Halloween stitching. Liz and Kelly are Halloween girls through and through. And so before Kelly was even a regular on Tuesdays, yes, that's the day of the week, she would hop in with Liz for the Spooktacular. So is this our third year of Spooktacular?
Third annual.
Third annual. So it will be, instead of the week of Halloween, it will be October 14th this year because Kelly is unfortunately having knee surgery. But this one is planned, so this is a much better situation than when she unfortunately had to be off a year and a half ago.
No.
Just a half a year ago?
January 6th.
January.
I have no sense of time, you guys.
January 6th.
None. Half a year ago. So, anyways, she's actually excited about getting this taken care of, so it's all good. So October 14th, mark your calendars, that will be there. So, okay, this is here for our friend Lynn, and this is really cute. This is one of the Donji bunnies we've seen a million times, but usually we see them done shaped because they come in the canvas with just white background. And Lynn has added a little grass down at the bottom and some sky, and it takes on like a whole new look. I glanced at this and I was like, who's that designer? I should know that. I've seen these, we probably ordered 100 of these bunnies. So the fact that it took me a minute to recognize it, I think is kind of fun. So, Darling stitched, creative background. My finisher did a great job and added one of our little mini fur pom-pom tails. So that is here for Lynn, and that will go off to her. Love it. We don't have those in the building. I can't order that. We do have the Kelly Clark tobacco leaf bunny, and we love this. The colors are fantastic. You could add a little fur pom tail as well, maybe a tiny bit of background, or a lot of background. Choice of user's choice. Okay. Next up, this is here for Bunny. Bunny is a good friend to our shop, and I think she brought this and turned it in when she was here in April. So this is from one of the Stitch Tent designers. Right now I'm blanking out which one, maybe Prep Setter, maybe. And it is supposed to be a two-sided scissor fob, and it comes as one canvas with this bottom joined together, so you can see they're stitching down there. So it's a two-sided canvas, think of it flat this way. And she said, I don't really need a scissor fob, can we make it into a leather key fob? So she and I worked together to figure out how to do this, and I think it turned out fabulously. Her French knots are great. A lot of people think that with items you handle that you can't like do creative stitches. You can definitely do creative stitches, you just want to be careful that they're really secure, and French knots are very secure. If you do them properly, they're not going anywhere. So this is going to be just darling. I'm very very jealous. Looks fantastic. So that's here for Bunny. Up next, one of our Anna clutches. This is here for Kathy. Oh, so good. This, I think she got, I don't know, we've had, I think 4 Anna clutch events. So this was not from the last one, I can guarantee you that. But I cannot get any more Anna clutches right now, but we can order this fabulous zebra oval that is put on there, and it is fantastic. So if those of you who have picked up an Anna clutch, get stitching. Look at how good they look. I'm really talking to myself. So I have one for my sister that's partially stitched. I'm down to the basket weave section, and I know many of us love basket weave. Sometimes I love basket weave. This is basket weave in 4 different shades of blue in Splendor, and I'm just not embracing it right now, but I gotta get it done because it's for her birthday. Okay, this is for Chrisanne. Oh my gosh, Kaylee's gonna lose it. Our friend Marie makes these fantastic Detroit, oh my gosh, makes these fantastic Detroit squares. And I know we have these in the building. I think they're on the wall. She's done 3 of them. So they're all just done in basket weave, and they look great. I think she added that square around. Maybe she just added a little bit outside the square, but the fabric is fantastic. I have no idea. We provided the fabric, I think. No, we did not. She provided her own fabric. There is Ford Field on the back of this one. Ford Field is on the back of all of these. So really, really sweet.
We sold the last one yesterday.
We sold the last one yesterday, so we could order more of these. I usually order them for Marie in 6s, so usually there's always some in the building, and I just ordered for Marie, and we had like 2 or 3
Yeah.
in the building.
I couldn't
Oh,
find 'em. Oh. Well,
and then this is from Kelly Clark, done as a bag tag as well. And I just ordered a bunch of these. I may even have this one in the building because I have it set aside to go with some self-finishing items. So we will see that in a little bit. So that's here for Chrisanne. The Let It Snow canvas, Liz is just telling me, is actually in the building.
Yeah, we have 2.
Excuse me, the one that says Let It Snow somewhere else is,
Here's ours.
oh, and here's our
I
version.
knew it was all here, and I just like, man, look.
Thank you. Well, you know, we do a lot on Thursday mornings, and it's hard to cover all the things. So that is my version compared to Mary Kay's, but we have canvases in the building if someone is interested. Okay, next up, this looks, these are actually my mother's initials, but I don't think Becky made it for my mother. She doesn't know my mother, so I doubt she made it for my mother, but this is for our friend Becky. She is local to us, and she is so sweet. She does these monogrammed rounds. These come from a different provider, not Taylor Studios, that every friend, close friend that there's a baby born, she does these as baby gifts. So she always puts their birth information on the back. So in this case, there's a date, a weight, a length, and does their initials, which I think is really pretty. And I love this background stitch. She's done like, it's a woven with a smear and a cross. I think this is out of Grab and Go stitches because I've done that stitch before. I don't think it has a name for anyone who says, what's the name of that stitch? Many, many stitches don't have names because names are not kind of copyrighted. Becky also provided her own fabric. You are always welcome to do that. And it is fantastic. So we can order those for you. Oh, she has a second baby. A second baby. This is also the same idea. Becky did provide her own fabric. So pretty. And we always paint them for her just in a white 4-inch circle in grayscale. And then she gets creative with the colors, and sometimes she gets her inspiration from the fabric she has, and it comes together beautifully. Okay, I am gonna go to a couple accessories because it's just gonna make life a little bit easier around here. We are going to tackle these Project 10 bags and pouches. We have shown these before. I didn't check to see what else was still in the building, Emily. You did, of course you did. Although one other week we didn't, so I thought it was worth asking. Yeah. So Project 10, we love their things. These are 15 by 12, maybe? 15 by 10? Hold on. Emily usually has the number brain. 11 by 16. So a great project bag. These are available in 4 different patterns. So this is the leopard print with a contrasting orange. These are made out of recycled plastics, so they speak near and dear to my heart. They're $18. They have gone up a little bit. When we first got them, they were $15. Now, you know, I used to say
The T word.
I used to say the C word, which I also will say the C word about other things. This is now the T word. This is the business owner's version of cancer. So yes, so tariffs have caused these to go up a big $3. So these are now $18. That's the leopard print. Then we have the chain print. And there's plenty of room in here, obviously, for anything that's like probably 9 by 9 or less, because you want to save a little bit room for width if you put things on a frame. Oh, probably 10 by 10, sorry, because I forgot it was 11 already. And then the orange and pink floral with the blue tab. And then a new colorway, the blue and green with the pink. And I said tab, but it actually is a loop, so you can hold on to that. You can slide these in and out of the larger bags. So for those of you who have not fallen in love with these large bags, sorry, these are the oversized totes. And I usually unwrap one of them, but I'll do that in a second. This is the blue and orange bow. These are $28. This is Emily's new favorite thing in the building that isn't a canvas. And I don't know if Liz has taken any of these home, Liz is moving her daughter into college on Tuesday. So I'm wishing her lots of luck with that. But these bags are so good because first of all, they come so you can fold them. So they come like, Emily just unfolded a little bit, but they fold up super flat, right? It doesn't look like it's that big of a deal. This is the floral on navy.
And
But
pouch versus tote.
this is a tote. So if you are interested now, the first ones we're calling pouches. These are totes. This tote is huge. It is $28. It folds up
Be specific.
flat.
Sorry.
Okay, so
People are saying I need that bag.
okay,
Yeah.
so
That ain't gonna work.
Kelly and Liz see everything on about a 15 to 30-second delay. So please be specific about what you would like. So this is the Project 10 tote, navy on floral. So you can kind of fold in the ends. They get a little easier to manage once you've had them because they've been folded and sent to us from Australia. So there you go. They are huge. Emily said she used it when she went camping with her girlfriends last weekend. It stored like all of her weekend supplies other than her camping supplies. They've got a shoulder strap. They have handles. They even have an inside zipper pocket. And again, these are made from recycled plastics. So they speak to my values and they speak to my pocketbook. $28 for a bag this size is kind of crazy. So
On
you
my whips that are on frames and one as well.
Oh,
So they're
so
good.
yes, you can use them for non-needlepoint things like moving your daughter into college. You can use them for your camping trips. You can use them for an overnight bag. But Emily said she also has all of her projects that maybe are in progress. Now, all of my projects that are in progress may not fit in that bag because I don't finish things the way Emily does, but she does a good job with that. So that was the navy, the floral on navy. This is the pink and orange bows. This is the rainbow stripe. And I like this one because it's a little bit more masculine. I had, oh shoot, which customer of ours? One of our customers, her husband was going to the Ukraine, I believe. And so she's like, I want something a little bit more masculine. So this was a good one to send her way. That new blue and green with the pink is here. These are all the totes. These are all the large totes for $28, I think I said, yes?
Yeah.
Yes. So I usually have the prices in my brain, but then, you know, the T word, prices change. This is the blue and green chain print. This is the multiple suns, S-U-N-S, and it's on white and all these fun colors. This is a new print called Tiles. Is that right, Em?
Yeah, I love that one.
Pink and orange and blue. It kind of goes with my shirt. These are, the other day we were actually picking out something for the Spooktacular and there were different colorways and I said to Kelly and Liz, well, this is my favorite color and I don't know why. And Kelly just started laughing. She goes, you don't know why orange? Like you're wearing orange all the time lately. And I'm like,
Every day.
am I? Am I?
And
But
then
I
that's
guess
why
I
I
am.
did chuckle today.
I know. And here I am in orange again. But I think you told me that there was a lot of orange on the wall. So there we go.
Easter egg.
Easter egg.
So this is the tile bag, that leopard print with kind of the, I think this is camo inspired strap, I'm gonna call that. And then last but not least, the pink and orange floral. So that, oops, that's that in the totes. Okay. Next up, and I meant to ask you this question earlier, Em, and then I forgot.
Oh, they're live on the website.
Okay.
I would not.
Yep. So, see this giant bundle? These are all live on the website. We're not taking orders for these live. I also didn't mention something. If you're new to us, so sorry. You are welcome to shop live. If you, of course, have been shopping with us, you're welcome to shop live, but you've been shopping with us, so you know. So just comment what you would like. Please be very specific. Telling us what you want because, again, delay. And we will match you up. We track your handles so that we know who you are. If you are new to us, please go ahead and just, if there's something you would like, let us know. Everything will be live on our website later tonight. So if you're like, oh, I kind of want that, but Melissa didn't mention the price, the prices will be up on the website tonight. So it's really hard for us to answer pricing questions while we are processing everything. So those questions you can check out the website tonight, or you're welcome to DM us. If you are new to us, please DM us your real life name, your address that we're shipping to, your phone number, email address, and then give us a call after like 1 o'clock today with your payment information, and we will just get your process rolling. So most of the time, everything that we have here is not on our website. That is so anyone watching us live can have the first opportunity to purchase. What we have restocked, and again, I'm not going to take orders for these live, are the needle bling from the Meredith collection. They are $7.50. There's a magnet on back. They are fantastic if you're someone who stitches in hand but still wants a needle holder. And they come in about 12 different colors, and it gets super confusing on a live video. So all the colors are on our website. This is something that you can shop live. If you order any of the needle bling on our website today, let's say you just wanted one, but you're ordering other things today, the website will automatically charge you $7.95. We will combine any orders placed today, whether it's live or for needle bling on the website, and then we will make sure that you only pay one shipping charge, even if it means we refund one to you at shipping time if we haven't matched up your order yet. So hopefully that is clear as mud. So needle bling back in the building. We blow through those, and I was just say, send me 40 of them in a variety of colors. So speaking of a variety of colors, actually Liz and Kelly announced, I think last Tuesday, a week ago Tuesday, that Milan is in the building. So those of you that have been wanting us to carry Milan, we are not carrying the full skeins, the 30-yard skeins. We are carrying the 15-yard cards. I think there's like 130 colors, maybe, something like that. But I have requests for the Milan color card. It is a newer thread from Planet Earth Fiber from Tilly Thomas, and it is 50% merino and 50% silk. It is similar to silk and ivory. I would say it is it comes off the skein a little less lofty, but it stitches beautifully on 13 mesh. I have not tried it on 18 mesh. Anyone tried it on 18 mesh? I'm not sure it's gonna work on 18, but I have not tried it. So that is maybe a little research for me to do. Well, I'm on vacation next week. So the color card has real threads. Can you see those dancing off the page? So if you are someone who lives in a needlepoint desert and you want the ability to choose your threads yourself, this color card is here. They are very labor intensive to put together, as you can imagine. A person sits down and loops this thread through this little card and glues this whole little book together. So these color cards are $70, but they are here. So that is the Milan color card. If we didn't keep one for the shop, we probably should, you guys. So have me order one, and or we'll take one out of inventory. I happened to mention this book earlier. We just got this restocked. This is Lonear Grab and Go. To me, this is Stitches to Go 2.0, which they're completely different authors. The reason I say that is this is laid out very similarly to Stitches to Go. There are 6 charts to a page. There's very little words. This is definitely a visual book. And what I love about it is originally it was a fundraiser for the Lone Star chapter of ANG in Houston, Texas. It is now distributed by Rainbow Galleries. I believe it's still a fundraiser, I'm guessing, for the Lone Star chapter. But they all pulled together. It was edited by Sue Ella Allen and John Waddell, and they edited the book, but I think it was brought together kind of like, you know, if you were ever like in an auxiliary league and they were putting together a recipe book. That's how this came together, with members of the chapter working on this together. I find a lot of creative stitches in this book that I've not seen anywhere else. There are a number of different sections, stitches that read straight, read diagonal, read oblique, leaf stitches, laid fillings, black work, darning patterns, and the word I can never say, which in Southern French lingo means etc. So I'm gonna let you guys say that. I know how to spell it. I say it wrong every time, so I'm not gonna embarrass myself, and you guys know what I said. So that is here and available, $32. I think it's a huge value. On the kind of other end of the spectrum, is Master Stitches from the Squad. Volume 1 and Volume 2 are both in the building. These are a much larger book, a much meatier book. They are written by Suzanne Howren, Tony Maneri, and Meredith Willett. They are absolute experts in our field. Tony, I think, had surgery this week, so I'm really, really wishing him the best on a speedy recovery. He's dealing with some challenging health issues, but we're hoping and thinking of him that he comes out on top very quickly. So this is volume 1. The graphs are huge. These are very creative stitches. Honestly, this book is probably not for the person who just started stitching last month. But if you, oh my gosh, okay, cat ladies. Have you ever seen this in here, Liz? There's a cat darning pattern. How cute is that? I'm not even a cat person. That is darling. If you were doing a Halloween piece, oh, so good in the background. There's a leaf darning pattern. Love this. So this is volume 1. This came out maybe about 4 or 5 years ago. And then volume 2 just came out, I think, a year and a half or so ago. They are $90. They're a little bit pricier, but so much knowledge from valuable brains in our field of needlepoint. So those are here and available. So moving down the line with accessories. Our Colonial tacks, these are our favorite tacks. We still sell the clover ones, just not as much anymore. Everyone seems to really like these Colonial ones. They're a little bit more expensive, but they hold up over use after use after use. They've got this really strong pusher inner and outer, for lack of a better word, that is similar to the clover one, except for this one is metal, so it's not going to break. So that's back in the building. For those of you that like laying tools, and speaking of Tony Maneri, like, you don't dare go to a class with Tony without a laying tool. But there's all sorts of different levels of laying tools. So the kind of entry level, so to speak, is the BLT. And it's very small. It's can be put on a needle minder. It is $23. The next one up is probably the Island House one that I absolutely love, and I can't remember the price tag. 40-ish, maybe. I'm totally guessing. I probably shouldn't be guessing.
It's not expensive. It's affordable, so I would say.
Emily's walking by it. She's gonna look.
40.
40. Hey, look at me. And then the next level up is from our wonderful woodworker. This is the wood laying tools, and these are, do you remember the price on this one, Em? 52, 54, something like that. Sorry. These are made in the USA, so they're not going up because of tariffs. They're just going up in my head because I can't remember prices. But these have a nice sharp tip without hurting anyone, like I'm poking my finger with it. But they are fantastic to lay your threads with. They sit very nicely in your hand, and they are handmade by my wood craftsman in the state of Illinois, and this is the Wool and the Floss limited edition color. I have other colors that have been restocked. This is the semi-exclusive Lily colorway. I have 3 other shop friends that sell this color. The natural wood laying tool. This we rolled out last year at the Galentine event we did, but I have a number of pieces in this that I don't think of them as like Valentine-y or Galentine-y. They just happen to be pink and red and really, really cute. So this is the Galentine version. This is the hot pink version. And this is, I think he calls this delightfully neon or something like that. Neatly neon. That sounds better than delightfully. But the colors are really pretty in this one as well. So those are the laying tools. I have more woodworker pieces. I'm going to pause and go to some scissors in order to not cause confusion for Kelly and Liz.
Thank you.
So now I'm going to talk about scissors that are also come in. I've got some really, really great budget-friendly scissors, and those two words in the needlepoint world do not come together very often. As a matter of fact, I am reading our dear customer, Christine, gifted me a book by Allie Fleiter. I think I'm saying her name right. It is the first of 3 mystery books that are set in a needlepoint shop. And the reason I'm bringing that up is in this first book, and this is not a spoiler, in the first book, the main protagonist of the book, the main character, is helping her mom out while her mom goes on vacation from the Needlepoint store. And she's having a trunk show, and the other main character, who's now sadly dead, but this happens in the first chapter, again, fiction, she designs scissors and she designs canvases. So it's been really fun to read. It's a really fast read. I'm really enjoying it. It's so thoughtful of Christine to send it to me. I'll give you a full review post-vacation. But they're talking in these scissors about how needlepointers love crazy expensive scissors. And we do. But we also love budget-friendly scissors. And these are budget-friendly. Yes,
Do
Kelly?
you remember the name of the book? 'Cause a million people are asking.
One Sharp Stitch. And I actually even said it that time. So it's One Sharp Stitch. I think the author's name is Allie, Pleiter. And I think you say it Pleiter, but I'm guessing. She is actually a stitcher herself. She's very involved in the ANG chapter that Christine belongs to, and she knows the author. My friend Deb in Naperville actually had an author event with her and designed a canvas around it because there's a cat in it, and the cat's name is Nabbit, as in snag, Nabbit. Cute, right, Liz? So, in any event, back to the budget-friendly scissors. These are what Victoria Whitson calls her spring scissors. So these are the green sheath rainbow-ish scissors. These are $24. They are a great size. They are super sharp. These are like just such a value. There is also a rainbow type scissor, same exact scissor, but they come in a purple case. So maybe say green case or purple case. And then the same silver scissor is, the same scissor is in silver with the yellow case. These are all $24. And then what started all that craziness was when Victoria, I need to get a pair of these for myself. Will you guys set aside a pair of strawberry scissors for me? Because I had a pair of strawberry scissors.
They're the best.
And
Well, those in the spring.
our friend Amy Poor was up visiting me, and we were at the cottage. She's like, I keep meaning to buy those. And so I just gave them to her. They're $24. You can just hand these out like candy, right? Like, I mean, when I was in my 20s, $24 like killed me, but we could all spend $24 at the coffee shop these days. So strawberry scissors, fantastic. They're basically all the same scissor. It just depends on the look you want. So there we go. So
It has a bigger, someone's asking how big the blade is. It has a bigger blade. It's so sharp. They're literally my new favorite. The strawberry and the other ones. They're the same quality scissors. They're amazing.
So I'm gonna open this up so you guys can see them. So they come with this little case, and then you can put the case back on. They also come with a point protector, and you can like literally see how sharp these are. So the blade, especially if you're thinking about flying, the blade is under 2 inches. So I think you can fly with these. You'll have to check TSA. I can't. The whole scissor length, let me give you that amount. The whole scissor length is 4.5. So I can't remember if TSA talks about the length of the blade.
3.5-inch blade.
So as long as they're talking about the blade, then yes, you can travel with these.
Domestically.
Domestically, yes. And usually you can leave the country with anything. It's coming back that, they're gonna be taken away from you in a hot minute. So if you are flying overseas, you can't trust anything I say, because it's really up to the guy or the gal who's in charge when you're getting on that plane. So hopefully that answers the question about those scissors. Okay, next up, we will go back to my wood crafter. Guess what? I missed a laying tool. If you were interested in the wood laying tool, there's also a rainbow version. So apologies for that. This is the last colorway that is in the building of the laying tool. So that is the rainbow laying tool. We also got restocked with our needle fob, and we'll talk about this a little bit more in a minute, but it has a lobster clasp on it. It has a key ring. If you wanted to add anything on the key ring, you probably could. I use this lobster clasp to either attach to my purse, my project bag, or sometimes my chatelaine. This unscrews, and of course you can store all of your needles on the go in there. I had him, when he designed this, make it long enough. We were just talking about Nabbit the cat in Ellie Plater's book. That is a nickname for, of course, a snag nabbit, and this has been made long enough so your snag nabbits can go in there. If you don't know what a snag nabbit is, I talk about them all the time. I'm so sorry, but they are like, I think they're Kaylee's absolute favorite stitching tool. Like, she can't make a move without them. She's a little bit of a perfectionist. But it's basically a needle on one end with a sharp needle on one end, and the end where the eye would be is rough and kind of a little bit bristly. So if you have a loose stitch or the tail end that's come up, you pull it back through, you pull the snag nabbit through, and it kind of grabs that little thread and pulls it down. So long enough to hold a snag nabbit. And I still have one more thing from our woodworker, but since I talked about chatelaines, my friend Victoria Whitson not only sent us the scissors, but we got restocked with our chatelaines. So we have 3 different freshwater pearl versions. So these are fairly high end. They're $116. This is the newest one that we're in love with, the black
Freshwater Pearls.
Black Freshwater Pearl Chatelaine. I will get them all in the right order. So they're so beautiful, and you know, that can kind of make a fashion statement. More importantly, you can take this lobster clasp and clip it behind and wear it as a necklace when you're vacationing. You'll have a double loop if I actually had done it right. Doing this on the fly. And there we go. And it includes this darling heart carbonara. That's food.
Carbonara?
I said it and I'm like, wait, that's food. You guys, I haven't been eating very much lately. Maybe I'm overthinking food. Carabiner still sounds like food, but I usually call it a lobster clasp. So it is heart shaped. It also includes a 5x magnifier, collapsible scissors, a laying tool, the thread cutter, and then a needle threader. I put on mine usually a regular pair of scissors, not always a super expensive pair. Maybe like your strawberry scissors could go on here. I also usually add the needle fob that I was just showing you, because then all your tools are kind of right here. And even if I'm not wearing this, it's really easy to pull it out of my project bag and have everything at the ready. So, black freshwater pearls. I woke up at 4 a.m. today, guys, so that's either making me completely crazy or completely sleep deprived. I'm not sure which. Then we also have the black and natural freshwater pearl, which of course I just got the tools stuck in the zipper. There we go. Voila. This definitely has Chanel vibes, 100%. And then I believe on Vicky's website, the natural freshwater pearls are still called Kelly's chatelaine, because this is the one that Kelly loves. I have no business getting myself another chatelaine, but that black freshwater pearl is totally on my radar. But these are the white ones, or natural, I should probably say. Okay. I showed this is the needle fob that I was saying that I put on my chatelaine.
Okay.
And then I'm about to show the threaders. I was just trying to split up the wood to.
Gotcha.
So our newest product from my woodworker are these. People say it's just a needle threader. Why would you pay? I think these are $44, $42 for a needle threader. I refer this more as the Magic Safe. So I have these in 4 colors. This is the Neatly Neon. It has a hook style threader on the back. And where this becomes a lifesaver is when you have stitched, usually a pattern stitch. If you're a straight up basket weave stitcher, you probably don't need something like this. You might need this if you've overstitched and your tail is too short and you can't really bury it. You bury your needle first, and then you put your hook through your needle and you put your thread into that little hook and you pull it back through. So you need very small amounts of thread to be able to bury it. This also comes in handy if you find that you've made a mistake in the patterning of a stitch and you have to cut it midway, and so you end up with these 2 tails and you don't want to take out very much, this is going to be your magic save. I have these in 4 amounts, and I was just about to say, and Rebecca's reminding everyone, that all that mumbo jumbo probably sounded crazy coming out of my mouth, but there is a visual tutorial on our website, so you can check that out. And I've got these in 4 colors, but Kelly wanted to tell me something.
Yes, if people are joining late, just a reminder, we're on a delay, so we need specifics. We can't,
Okay.
If you say a color of something, we also need to know what the item is.
Yes, so please be as specific as possible. The last thing in the world we want to do is send you the wrong item. That makes a lot of extra work for us, a lot of disappointment, more importantly, for you. So please be very, very specific. And actually, I have these in 6 colors. So I just showed you Neatly Neon. I only showed 1 color of the fob.
Oh, yeah. Someone wanted to know what all the
natural.
other colors were, but.
This is natural.
Yeah, they'll be on our
Always
website.
have.
Yep,
This
yep,
is
yep,
the
yep.
Galentine color.
All good.
This is the Lily colorway. This is hot pink. And this is blue and white. So whoever's asking about other colors, just a little side note, is for the most part, any color that I show you, we can get in any of the items. You just might have to wait for it to be made, because they're always handmade. Whoever's saying, sorry, my bad, it's okay. There's never any hard feelings. We just always want to make sure we are taking good care of you. So we're just asking you to help us out so we can take good care of you. Okay. I still have more accessories going on here. So I'm gonna keep plowing ahead. Oh, the last thing from my woodworker, which is much more utilitarian and not beautiful, but so handy, is the stitch rip. This is $19.50. You squeeze these 2 little ridged areas at the top, and it has that very satisfying pop. And this is a curved blade. So this side doesn't cut. You can see I'm running my finger up and down that. I would never do that up there because the top is very, very sharp. But this, if you have to rip out a lot of stitching, especially basket weave, which I dread ripping out basket weave if I decide I'm changing a color or something like that, you scoop into the back of your stitching, and the top will cut your threads. So that once you get to a point where you have to bury your ends and you know where everything's secure, that's where that magic threader is gonna come into play. But this stitch rip, it's one of those things that you don't think you need until you actually need it, and you're like, oh, where is my stitch rip? So I know a couple of floss sets have a couple of them, so they're always at the ready. Last thing for my woodworker is one of our little Ort bowls. These are absolutely beautiful. This is the blue and white version, of course. I believe we have the wool and the floss colorway in the building, and we can order this in any colorway. So it could be a little Ort bowl. I've had people use them at their bedside to store hearing aids, to store AirPods, to be a ring holder by your kitchen sink. They've been used for a lot of other things, but this really was designed to be what happened.
Sal.
We're live,
We're live, and we're doing a lot of stuff on this table. But hi,
I will say your brother's a lot nicer than you are.
was he who picked up from us yesterday?
Yeah.
Because I said hi, because I thought it was Sal from because he was bent over looking
Yeah,
like
no,
the other
no,
direction.
he
And then
said,
he
"I'll
looked at
drink
me and
the
go,
water."
oh, hi.
Calm down,
So-
Uncle.
Okay.
On the route yesterday, but then you had some idiot driver.
He's
He's
so
Okay.
nice,
He's so much nicer than you are.
Okay.
Gosh,
I'm
so
trying
nice.
to
He
stay
kinda
up.
looks like you, and
So,
he's, like, so nice to
Tulip
us.
products.
She's getting distracted.
Tulip products have been kind of a little challenging for me to get a hold of lately. I have found a new provider. I'm so excited about this. So, Tulip Needles are shop girl favorites for sure. $12.50 for 6 of them, right? I think there's 6 in the tube. My eyes aren't this big.
I'm sorry.
Oh my God. So sorry. Emily's gonna take off her glasses and read. I think there's 6 in a tube. Anyways, they're $12.50. There might be 4 in a
6.
tube. 6?
6.
Yay!
You're right.
Okay, so size 22 tapestry needles are back in the building. Size 20 tapestry needles are back in the building. And then the bullion needles, for any of you that have done bullion knots before, there's a short version, which is a little thinner, and then there's a long version, and the needle's slightly fatter. So it kind of depends on what scale you're doing bullion knots. For those of you that aren't familiar with a bullion needle, if you think about a tapestry needle, the eye is wider than the tip of the needle. On a bullion needle, it's built like a milliner's needle where the whole thing is the same size. So if you're trying to do bullion knots where you wrap, and there is a tutorial on our website about bullion knots as well, where you wrap around the needle, it gets tricky to try to get the end of the tapestry needle through. So the bullion needle is all the same size all the way through. So it is one of those things, again, if you don't think you're ever gonna do a bullion knot, you certainly don't need a bullion needle. But if you're gonna end up doing a bunch of bullion knots in your stitching life, you're gonna be very happy, please. I see Lisa saying 2 of each, please. I'm sure that's something that is gonna be a little tricky for Liz and Kelly to figure out what you mean, Lisa. So if you can clarify that. I know it's crystal clear to you guys because you're typing it while I'm showing it.
Yeah,
But they're
I'm
seeing
behind.
it like
I'm just
3
starting to
minutes
type
later.
Yeah, I'm just
So,
starting to type needles.
yes, so that's it. So since you're just doing needles, I'm gonna go back to a little bit of finishing, and I'm gonna try to pull this chair over here. Oh, this is for Anne, and I think I saw Anne was watching. I believe,
Bingham Stitchery.
thank you. Is this Maddie Sweet?
No, it's Amelia, I believe.
Amelia, okay. This is the lobster strap. So good. Liz and I were going earlier, and I should have known it was Amelia because we were all filing it alphabetically. We were trying to make it an Ann. But this is Ann Murphy's strap, and it is gorgeous. So this will go on, I'm sure, a gorgeous purse she has. And we just saw her yesterday. She was in the building. She had hip replacement, I believe, mid-July. And she drove down here, was walking in, looking just great. So she was so glad to have it in the rearview mirror, and she looked fantastic. So it was fun to see her. This piece is for Christy. Christy is local to us. And love these. So there's 2 little darlings in here. Oh, Kelly, this guy's so cute.
Is it mine?
No, it's Christy Penman's, but he's a little U of M guy.
Oh.
So this is from Kathy Shankles. I don't even know what she calls it, like football stadium.
Yeah, it's like the little people. There's the band people, the
Yeah.
fans,
The cheerleader.
So like
what she calls it.
football celebration people, I guess. But I think he's the spokesperson. Oh no, he's
that Jim
the
Harbaugh?
referee because he's.
Coach? No, I think it's Harbaugh.
Is it supposed to be Harbaugh?
Yeah.
He's got it looks like he has a whistle in his hand. That's why I thought it was maybe the
Coaches
ref.
have whistles.
Coaches have whistles? Okay, Liz says so.
I'm
She's
pretty
a coach.
confident in that, but football coaches especially.
So,
have
and he's got a
whistles.
headset on, and he's darling. So,
he
you know, that's so cute. And super small and sweet. We can order those for you, but Kathy does have an entire set of like football inspired people.
They're cute.
This is one of the totes. I think this one's from BNG. And that's a little ice cream sundae on there, and it finishes up into a little tote bag. We usually have a bunch of these in the building. I'm not sure we do right now. This is Frappuccino. I always want to call it a Moscow Mule. So, you know, alcohol, coffee, whatever. But here's the Frappuccino in a little tote bag. So they turn out really sweet when they are finished. Okay. Next up, let's see who this is for. This is for Julie. I think someone said Julie was watching. Julie is a very good friend of the shop. She has a fantastic charity that supports women in Rwanda. And we will be hearing, we've heard a lot about her work previously. And we have these Yambi bags on what date? August 27th? Yes. Everything's on my calendar, nothing's in my brain. So these pieces are for Julie. Julie will be live with me. We are so excited to embrace this and community and support her again and all the women that have been either victims of genocide themselves or were generationally victims of genocide, if that makes sense.
Julie is watching.
Yay, so hopefully Julie, I've said all that right. It's always better when Julie's live with me because I don't have to pretend I know something about her hard work she does all the time, but she's a beautiful person and we are excited to support her with the project bags that will be up and available on August 27th. This little darling is from Stitch Style, I believe. The double-decker bus with Santa at the wheel, so sweet. She also has, I think this piece is from the Gingham Stitchery, if I recall correctly.
A gurgle pot.
Thank you. What's it called?
A gurgle pot.
A gurgle pot. Did I say that right? Okay. I recognize it. I never knew what it was called, so thank you, Emily. And then a little darling Stitched Angel. Look at how cute she is. Her hair is so cute, Julie. You did such a good job with her hair. Love it. This is a great example though. Julie likes to embroider everything on the back. I do as well. On a Stitched Angel, we can absolutely do embroidery, but there is not a lot of real estate. So it just kind of peeks out between the ribbons and it's there and we love it, but just know that yes, you can do like your initials in the year and that's about all that's going to fit. So those are all here for Julie. Okay, I am gonna go back to a couple more things over on the accessory side of the table. Beading needles from Tulip are also in the building. If you are a Tulip needle lover, if you haven't tried their beading needles, I think you'll be thrilled. And also the curved tip needles from Tulip. Again, these are not your $24 Victoria Whitson scissor. These are $62. Tulip is known in Japan to be one of the finest makers of embroidery and needlework items. So we love these curved tip scissors. They come with a leather sheath. There we go. Okay. Needle minders back in the building. Some back in the building and some brand new. So we have the Needlepoint shop in pink. I hate to even say this out loud. I don't know. How many pink ones do we have, Emily?
Oh, I don't know.
I believe Lisa told me these were the last of the pink needlepoint shops. So if you, so I think we have 4 and we might only, I can't get any more of these according to my vendor. I think we have the blue needlepoint shop, but we can't get any more of the pink needlepoint shop. So this is the Jane Austen book club for those literary lovers like me. These are all enamel and flat. On the opposite side of Jane Austen is the Day of the Dead skull. So good. This, I believe, might be new to us. I'm not sure we've had this one before. Most of these needle minders from accoutrements are, you know, around $30, give or take 5 on either side. This was a new one to me. I'm trying to remember what this one is called. Guess what? It's called Black Cat in Flowers. And you guys know I am not like totally a cat person, and I saw this and I was like, oh my gosh, those are so cute. So that's like kind of your rainbow flower colors with a black cat in there. Love it. And then a William Morris tulip piece. Again, flat enamel and really pretty. So next up in Needle Minder land, I don't know why I didn't get these sooner. Lisa was trying to encourage me to, and I didn't, and now I'm disappointed in myself that I didn't have these sooner. For those of you that have ties to Michigan, here is the Michigan Needle Minder. It has the apple blossoms and the robin on there, which are our state flower and our state bird. Hopefully I got that right. And really, really pretty. And of course the UP and the Lower Peninsula, which sometimes we don't, our poor UP doesn't get represented the way it should. I should have grabbed the other colors. We have this butterfly in 4 different colorways. The Monarch is back in the building. It is also available in a purple version, a blue version, and a pink and purple version. But the Monarch has been restocked. Then, designer inspired. This is the Tiffany square, which I love it because it doesn't even necessarily scream Tiffany to me. It's just like kind of a graphic. The Chanel heart, the Hermes heart, and the Louis Vuitton heart. And I think that's it in Needle Minder land. Okay, next up. Doing okay over there, Kel?
Yes.
Okay. Still a little more finishing.
Behind, but we'll
That's
be
okay. we've got some finishing still. We have some self-finishing items. We have a whole bunch of canvases, but I'm going to pause just for a brief second. If you didn't join us last week, I'm no longer a part of officially Needlepoint. That decision was made in early June, and it's taken me a little while to kind of get our new website up and running with lots of help from Amy Poor and Rebecca, my marketing gal, who's fantastic. So last week I kind of verbally rolled out Melissa Loves Needlepoint, and I'm so honored to continue to represent Amy Poor, who has been designing for probably 20 years. And I also am continuing to provide our tools of the trade, the templates, the thread calculator, the laying tool minders. So I'm providing all those items at wholesale to other shop owners, and I know a number of shop owners watch us, so I appreciate that very much. And so we just want to get the word out. We've sent out a massive email, but I know everyone doesn't always see email, they don't always read email. So melissalovesneedlepoint.com is alive and well. It is wholesale only. If you are a shop, please fill out everything in order to register. That's the word. Register for a wholesale account, and we will approve that, and you can order. You will see live inventory. The news of the day for you all as retail shoppers is the things that were on pre-order at our March market have now come in from the painting service. So Hold My Booze is here and in the building, and this is designed to fit into one of the evergreen koozies, and this will hold a Diet Coke fabulously, it will hold a beer fabulously, it will hold any standard size can fabulously, and I actually love this, and I have stitched a number of these koozies. So this is designed to fit this size, but it also would be really cute as a bag tag if you carry a black purse, let's say, and you make a cute little bag tag for it. If this is your little purse, you could put this on for like the month of Halloween and then change it out to something that's, non-seasonal the other times. So love this as a bag tag, love it as a koozie insert, and that is newly in the building from the painting service. Also Mary, which again is planned to be a koozie insert. So we've got the red koozies in the building. And, but again, it would be very easy to turn this into, sorry, I'm trying to take this out.
We do have one little snafu. I did not know did you show long and short beading needles as well?
Yeah.
Because everyone just commented beading needles. No one commented long or short.
No. I only showed one size beading needle.
Oh,
Two size bullion needles.
I knew the bullion needles.
the other
So
ones must
this
be
will
back
also
order.
make a fantastic bag tag. So again, designed for a koozie, but how fun would it be to pull out your red bag at Christmas and put this on as a little bag tag? So that is back in the building from the painting service. I just dropped the purse. Oops. The other thing that is back from the painting service, hold on, this got a little confused. This doesn't belong here. Is the Boy Mom round. And of course, we couldn't leave out the Girl Moms. So really, really sweet. It would be a fantastic gift. The mistletoe. This Amy did as a pillow insert, but you could do it as a hanging sign as well. And it does come with a complimentary stitch guide at wholesale as well as retail. And last but not least, no, not last but not least, just in my hands. It's a girl with this fantastic diagonal gingham background, and it's a boy, so it would be really fun for a birth announcement ornament to honor that beautiful era of a new parent's life. And then the geode fobs in 13 mesh are all back in the building. These also come with a complimentary chart so that you can add your initial to your key fob. So this is the 13 mesh version. It comes in this teal and blue. It comes in pink and white. Comes in red and white, green and white, and navy and white. So these are all here. So I am just absolutely thrilled to be working with Amy still. We have so many new designs that will be rolling out, new designs of hers rolling out at market. So that will happen in October. So if you will be at market, please stop by and see Melissa Loves Needlepoint. Please register for your wholesale account if you are a retailer. And we will be thrilled to see you at market and thrilled to have you visit our website and place orders. You will see live inventory. You will be able to pre-order without paying for it until it's here in case we are out of inventory on something. So we're super excited. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, back to Wool the Floss focused business, but I think there just been a little confusion about that. But my retailers should have all received an email. If you did not, hop onto our website and do a contact me and ask us to send you the intro email, and we'll be happy to do so. Okay, we have 2 trunk shows in the building. One is Initial K. It will be here through August 25th. And we've shown you a number of these canvases already. I had Kaylee pick out some of her favorites for me, and she picked out a lot, so I'm gonna pick out maybe my favorites of her favorites because there's a lot here. This is Christie's cherry clutch. It is so beautiful. We love cherries in Michigan, of course, because Traverse City is the cherry capital of the world. 13 mesh. There is room, of course, to put a monogram vertically down that center stripe. So fantastic. All of these are on our website. They are all 20% off. Anything that you see for pre-order on our website, we are ordering from Christy. She has a lot of inventory in her hand. She will not be back. She came here, did a little pop-up with us a few weeks ago. She and her family are traveling on an Airstream, and they will be back at her home the beginning of September, or maybe even the second week of September. She will ship things to us. So I think this is a 10 by 10 piece. Of course, we love the colors in this, and it'd just be a fantastic pillow. Christy has background in quilt design and graphic design, and it shows. She also works with some artists. This is Jacinda. This is called Songbirds. Really pretty. I believe this is 8 by 8 on 18 mesh. That also comes on 13 mesh. It is slightly larger, but that is on pre-order. The sign inspired by maybe some mouse ear letters saying you are magic. Just a fantastic message for any young person or young at heart person who needs a reminder that they are special. Christy is obviously a big football fan. She lives in Texas. Don't you have to be a football fan in Texas? So classy until kickoff. This size actually fits in one of those acrylic purses, but it could be a sign, could go on your bar cart maybe. Lots of fun things to do with that. And then she has another football one that I had not seen until she was here. So this says Tailgate Social Club, and the social club and the grill and the football and the grill tools are in grayscale above, with I think the idea to do this up in your team colors, which I love.
I was thinking people will need football season stitching soon.
They will need football season stitching soon, and that is, us Lions fans are excited for this season. So I'm not sure Kaylee's been a huge Lions fan, kind of like me, until the last couple of years, and where it's hard not to be. These 3 nutcrackers are fantastic as well if you're in the mood for a little Christmas project. So those are some highlights from Initial K, all 20% off, all on our website. Pippin has also arrived. It just arrived this week. It is here through September 1st. Everything is also on our website. If you are an email subscriber, you were notified that the trunk show was in the building before everybody else was, so you've got a chance to shop it first. So if you have not subscribed to our emails, please do so. And that gives you a little heads up on events and trunk shows and things. You get first notice. One of my favorite things at the Pippin Trunk Show is they have a number of designs. I think there's all 4 seasons here. 1, 2, 3. All 4 seasons, I believe, are here. And they have an optional stitch guide you can purchase. The stitch guides are a collaboration through a number of traveling teachers. In this case, this is the winter stitch guide. I'll show you a picture really fast. And can you see it's like a whole booklet? It is by David McCaskill, Carolyn Taggart, Jill Rigoli, Cynthia Thomas, Laura Taylor, and June McKnight. So if you have been stitching for a long time, those are names that you know. There is so much talent built into this book. It is, how many pages long? Over 30 pages long. And the beauty of it is each instructor has written the stitch guide for each one of these little winter sections. So this is the winter collage. The stitch guide is separate, Kel, 2 different items?
Yes.
Okay, so you can, if you just are a basket weave stitcher and you just love this winter piece, you don't have to invest in the stitch guide. But this is like having 6 teachers in your pocket. Like, it's amazing. So this is the winter version. Both are 20% off during the trunk show. This is the spring version, and there are slightly different teachers involved here. This one is Vicki DeAngelis, Cynthia Thomas, Jill Rigoli, David McCaskill, Laura Taylor, and Meredith Willett. So again, there's spring and the spring collage. I love a stitch guide. I write stitch guides for people, but you learn so much from a stitch guide. This is the summer version. And this is by Jill Rigoli, June McKnight, Cynthia Thomas, Laura Taylor, Julia Snyder, and David McCaskill. And so cute. Strawberry vines, ice cream cones, little kayak on the VW bus, seagull, so sweet. And then I didn't pull down the stitch guide, but we also have a stitch guide for the summer piece. Well, I guess this is the 4th of July piece. And this is also available at 20% off, as well as the stitch guide. If Christmas is more your game, pardon the pun, the Reindeer Games also has a stitch guide. This one is by Laura Taylor, David McCaskill, and June McKnight. And it represents 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 canvases in the stitch guide. So the reindeer and the trees. I see someone's asking for the size of these canvases. I think they're 10 by 10, but I'm going to double check on that.
Online as well.
Yep, everything's online. Yes, these are 10 by 10. So actually this one's 10 by 9.5, but I believe the others are squares, so 10 by 10-ish. Easy to make them to a 10 by 10. And as a matter of fact, that would be a great piece for maybe wardrobing your self-finishing table. Reindeer games, and those are all in 18 mesh. Reindeer games are all in 13 mesh. They're so sweet. I'm gonna name these by number. This is reindeer number 4. So they're in that tombstone shape, 13 mesh, very stitchable. Reindeer number 5.
And we have all the series in that stitch guide except for one tree. We would just have to order one tree if someone wanted to do the whole set.
Okay, this is number 6. Number 3. The stitch guides are not inexpensive. I'm not gonna lie about that. But if you're going to get the entire stitch guide, you probably want all of them. Oh my gosh, his face is so cute. This is number 1. He looks like my dogs when I say their name, and they're like, what? What's going on? So cute. And number 2. And then the 6 reindeer are also accompanied in the stitch guide by 3 trees. And Kelly was pointing out that we have tree number 8 in the building. And we have tree number 9 in the building. And there is a 3rd tree in this stitch guide. Which I can't tell you offhand which one, but there's the 3 trees across the bottom. So we can order that canvas for you, and of course any orders during any trunk show from that designer are available to you at 20% off. Okay, next up, I'm making a mess. Let's talk about, okay. I've got canvases, I've got a bunch of self-finishing things. So we have restocked the pouches, these canvas pouches from Planet Earth. There are only certain colors available currently. So this is the, I have to make sure I'm right on this, hold on. I think this is my last natural round. I'm not sure. Is that true, Emily? Are there more natural rounds?
I don't know.
They keep selling out of these, but then I think only like one came back. So I have one natural. This is the canvas pouch. It's $41. It holds a 4-inch round. I also just had the 13 mesh and Fisher Hilton Head bridge, but I think that could be many, many beaches. When I was in the Outer Banks, when we went out, it looked like that. So 13 mesh, I think it'd be so pretty in there. And this is big enough to hold your phone, you know, a couple cards that you need, driver's license, credit card, whatever, your key fob, maybe even some needles, but small enough, or it can be something that goes inside of a larger bag. So I love this. Sorry, I had that upside down. The Hilton Head round with the taupe colored, natural colored pouch. This taupe and this natural are killing me. Absolutely killing me. This one's easy. This is the pink pouch. Again, $41. And I think Bryn yesterday pulled the party coral, which I think would be so cute in there. It's a 4-inch round on 18 mesh from our friend Chrissy Johnson at the Gingham Stitchery. And then we have the natural with the 6x3 opening. This darling 13 mesh Hello Tess piece to pop inside.
That's so cute.
Love that piece. And then a little more fashion forward. This is the taupe colored 6x3 with the snake in garden insert from Alice Peterson. This one is on 18 mesh. So that's done if you wanna. All right, self-finishing, where was I? There we go. Speaking of Gingham Stitchery and Chrissy Johnson, we have in the building, which I don't think we've had before, this passport insert. This is Roses on Teal. This was designed for us for our Pointing It Out podcast spring retreat 2 years ago. We will continue to have a spring retreat. Of course, Megan and I have both been blessed enough to be super busy with our businesses these days, so we're no longer doing the Pointing It Out podcast, so it will just be the Detroit spring retreat. But this is 13 mesh Roses on Teal. Would look fantastic if you're doing some traveling in this passport insert. And this is the Rachel Berry, this is the Rachel Berry passport cover, and Kelly Green. Then these pieces are actually designed for something else, but if you have the our square templates, which I have right here, I knew I had done this, hold on, let me grab the right template. In our square templates, there is a square that is a passport size cover, and I'm digging in here for this. There we go. This is the passport size rectangle. Liz and I were shopping, as I said. Emily and Liz and Kaylee were all like, there's not enough stuff in the store, you need to go shopping. And so I took them seriously. This piece is designed to go into, I think, a self-finishing leather sunglass case that Chrisanne distributes. But I loved it for a passport case. So as you can see, really to make it a passport case, you're just going to not stitch this top piece. And Kelly was suggesting to put the the clovers, because they're not shamrocks, they are clovers, yes, I'm just double checking my work, into the gold eyeglass case, or again, the emerald green, if you want to show off your Irish pride. You could easily put a big bold initial on top of those clovers, would be super fun. If you're not Irish or don't want to show off your Irish pride, we thought these multicolored hearts were really sweet. You could put that in the red passport case. Again, this one is sized to be larger. Whenever you're doing anything self-finishing, the most important thing you can do is make sure that you are stitching to the proper size. If you stitch it too big, there's really no saving that situation other than ripping stuff out. So in this case, there is the passport insert, and so you can see that there's about 3/4 of an inch or so at the top that you would not stitch in this situation, but it would look fantastic in the red passport case. So we were looking for some passport covers, and so I came across those, and I thought it'd be fun to have some things we haven't had before. I love what I do, but I love always having new things in the building. So that is how we ended up with things that are kind of not the exact right size. I did that intentionally. Okay. Luggage tag inserts. The tobacco leaf looks fantastic in the red luggage tag. So Emily did a bunch of matchups for me. The roses on teal luggage tag with the pink. This is from Amelia. Does she call this fish scales? Yes, fish scales. Love these colors. Yum, yum, yum. In the navy luggage tag. And again, the back does have a spot to put all of your information, but it is covered, which is also kind of keeps your privacy. But when it's required to see who that bag belongs to, if it's misplaced, you're in good shape. The dark green luggage tag with this frog, again from Amelia. I would probably end up doing a blue background with this frog and stitching over the white. This one was also new to us, the blue and green pinwheel with the blue luggage tag, aqua luggage tag. And then the pinwheel, apparently in my latest favorite color combination, orange and pink, with the pink luggage tag. Boom, boom, trying to keep these in order. And this one is from Jenny Sandberg. No, retro luggage. I can't remember what this is from. It looks like a Jenny Sandberg, but it is not, because it is literally just woven. But Jenny does those fantastic graphics that look like they're that are letters, but look like they're not. But this is just another piece that is really good, and it looks great in this gold piece, but I think this would also look really good in like a dark brown and be a little more masculine, which sometimes is hard to find if you're trying to do a gift for the men in your life. So that's that. Then got a restock from my friends at Colonial Needle. These leather tissue box holders are fantastic. I don't have the price at the ready. I think they're like $108 maybe. Sorry about that I don't know. To me, this is a Tiffany blue. It is the color of I have some wallpaper in my bathroom that has a little bit of this color in it, and I just love it. And Kelly Clark makes some fantastic rounds that would fit in here. And I think this is one that we showed off earlier, finished as an ornament, but this is the leaf round. And I think it looks fantastic in this Tiffany blue tissue box. The tissue box is fully enclosed and it's magnetic. Oops, I think it's magnetic. Come on, Melissa. Yeah, it is magnetic. It has a good magnet. You saw how hard it was for me to get that open. So magnetic closure, pop your box in there, self-finish in the front, so good. So that was the Tiffany blue with the leaf insert. There is emerald green, it's more of like a hunter green, with this Kelly Clark Victorian basket. I love this piece. This piece has been around for a while. When Tony from Winsey and Grace had her fire and lost all of her needlepoint, I gifted this piece to her to have like a little something just to help her keep calm during a terrible time in her life. This is the medium blue. And if you have a coastal home, if you're lucky enough for that, look at that palm tree in there, again from Kelly Clark. So sweet. One of my favorites, this is the Folk Art Flowers, but you'll notice it has a bee. We all know how I love my bees. And this is the ivory color. It's kind of like a light taupe, but light taupe or ivory with the bee piece in this. So those are the tissue boxes that have been restocked along with some new canvases. I also restocked trying to unstack some of these. They're little, I guess I call them a jewelry box or a gift box. They are small. They are kind of embossed leather, and They're just velvet on the inside. So you can use this to store anything, but I think the thought is just to put some of your special jewelry in, maybe like on your nightstand when you're going to bed, put your jewelry in here. So maybe the dog doesn't knock it off the nightstand. And Bryn matched it up yesterday with this darling little palm tree from Meg Francis, MF Needlepoints. And then I matched the rest of these up with canvases I brought in with them. So this is the navy gift box, and look at this darling little lobster, so cute in there. Boom. And then this one is called the Mod Meredith round, and I matched it up with this black case. Look how cute that is. So I love self-finishing because it's one of those things you can grab something, maybe put this in your stash, and then you find out, oh, I forgot about Aunt Sue's birthday next month. You can stitch this up really fast for her. There is a red version of that little box, and this is new from SLS, 13 mesh strawberry. How cute is that? This would stitch up in like 30 seconds flat with 13 mesh and just those couple colors. And last but not least in the colored box is the pink version. And everyone loves a good flamingo, don't they? How cute is that? So sweet. And that one's from Kelly Clark as well. Okay, a couple more self-finishing things. I keep thinking I'm done with self-finishing, but then there's a couple more. Okay, this is from Two Designs. I love this bird and the rose, so pretty. And this would fit into the Lee leather luggage tag in red with the brass hardware. And this is on 18 mesh. We will see in a few minutes what this looks like on 13 mesh. So if you are more of a 13 mesh stitcher, I've got to get out my little board that I do have handy, but I just think that's really sweet. We have not had that before. So, and then also from SLS Stitches is this gingham, strawberry on gingham, designed to pop into one of the evergreen koozies. But again, you could also do that as a bag tag. I think that would be really sweet on that red bag that I dropped on the ground earlier. There we go. So if you had this red bag, you could put that Mary on it, and then maybe in the summertime you put the little strawberry on it. So cute. Okay, and then 6x3 inserts. This is the pheasant feathers insert from Kate Woodward. I think the colors are gorgeous. I own, I have my Linda on stripes in my suede bag, but this would be a really pretty, kind of different feel to it. The suede Rachel Berry bag. And then this is also from Kate, the trellis on red, and we paired that up with a metallic taupe bag. How beautiful is that? And again, when I have done these bags, this is an investment. These are $178. This is the metallic taupe color. It is self-finishing, but I end up just cutting mine to fit and popping it inside. It stays put. It doesn't walk away. It's right there. And so you can wardrobe your bag just like you might wardrobe the self-finishing table or wardrobe any number of other self-finishing things. So you get a little bit more mileage out of that item. Because we all love to stitch, but you know, there are such things as limited budgets. Okay. I have shown this red bag a few times. The other new piece that's come in to go with it is this zigzag strap that I am in love with. This would be such a great stash buster. The colors are so pretty. It goes great with this red purse, but it would go with so many different color purses. It is, I'm gonna measure this before I say about, tell you how wide it is. It is almost, it's 1 3/4 inch wide. So you probably don't want it in a teeny tiny bag, but it's 1 3/4. So that way, you want those around the front. I would do it on a little bit, you know, heavier bag, not a little tiny bag is what I'm trying to say. And I don't know if I'm saying that very well right now. We also have our tiny bag, and for these small bags, and I think, is this the only color we have right now? I think black's the only color that's in the building.
Blue and red as well.
Oh, we have blue and red as well in our little tiny bag.
A hot pink.
These,
Blue and hot pink red.
And we might have more in backstock.
so we have just a few of these. For right now, they are $116. I do believe things are changing and the de minimis rule is going away. I do try to order under $800 so I don't get hit as much with shipping and tariffs. So I can't guarantee on these bags that these prices are going to stay the same, but for right now they're $116. This comes with a temporary strap, and Emily is currently stitching this tiger with the palm leaves. So good. And she, I think, has this black bag too. She might have the light beige
I
bag.
have the beige, but I like it with that.
Either
too.
one's gonna be great. So good. So this is new and back in the building, or
Quick question.
newly restocked from Color Surprise. Yes, come.
I know you were looking into seeing if we could get the bucket bag in Moderno, the bucket bag in navy.
I ordered a bunch of fall colors. We're gonna see what happens when they arrive. I ordered a blue that's not quite navy. The one that looked more navy looked almost black.
Okay.
So, to be determined.
Okay, got it. Thank
So
you.
those were just ordered. We'll see what shows up. You know, they come from Italy, so you trust a picture, and one looked too dark and one looked too light. So we'll see what happens. Okie doke. The other purse strap that has been restocked, I think I've had this before. Love it. I don't
I
you
thought
guys.
so too, but then we didn't have it in inventory, so I feel like
I think we had it in
something
a
else.
round maybe.
Yeah.
So this strap is the floral bag strap. I am not a purple fan. I don't usually like anything with purple in it. I'm in love with this. Don't ask me why. Maybe it has a lot of blue in it. Liz is going to tell me, and that's why I love it. But look at it with this green purse. The floral is so good with it. 13 mesh. Again, this is a little bit wider, but there's enough of a gusset on that bag to manage it. This is 1 3/4 inches. Liz did her bag like this in with a hip belt.
3 inches. Just
So
under, just under
this
3.
can certainly manage that. So this combination I thought was so good, and these colors are fantastic. So loved that. Okay, I've gotten through self-finishing and straps. I think I have one more strap to show you guys. And this is what happens when I order online. I'm like, oh, this is a lot larger than I thought. Remember this one, Liz? Liz and I picked this out together. I'm not even gonna show you a purse to go with this because it is 3 inches wide. But I was talking to Kelly and we're like, how good this would be if you had like a small overnight bag or a weekend bag, and it could hold that width. So this is 3 inches wide.
Too, like you've done before.
I'm
Get
sorry?
A larger bag.
Oh, and do it
Wouldn't
around
be cool
this
around
way.
it? Like a ribbon,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so
you
we
did
don't.
that before. It was very cool.
This would be really pretty on like a straw type tote. We just don't have anything in the building right now that I think is gonna work with it.
Hold, please.
Only if we have the large ones. Liz is on the run.
One large.
She's had an idea.
Maybe it's me.
This right here.
Okay, I'm gonna keep going while she's on the search for that. Also, key fob insert from Thorne Alexander.
It's too big, but that's what my brain was going to. Emily found this one too. So anyway,
Okay,
I like
So
your elephant one, which
these-
isn't here.
Medina bags would work. This orange doesn't work with this, but something along these lines. You guys, of course, probably have something in your closet maybe that you could add this to, but that's what Liz is saying, like something around instead of as a strap would be really, really fun. So that is that. Some restocks and new items from Coco Frank. This is the butterfly round. We love this. Some people have beaded all of this, but many of us have suggested doing the Bradley balloons, the multicolored threadworks and French knots around there, because that's going to be a lot easier than beading. That is the butterfly, but we also have the love bug moth, 4-inch round. Yes, Kelly?
A couple of our fabulous customers are saying that this is supposed to be made as a pillow gusset.
Well, it would help if Liz and I read directions, but we were in panic shopping mode.
Just feel like that was not disclosed.
Maybe, or maybe we just didn't read the details. It really could have gone.
It's called a strap on the website.
It is called a strap on the website.
100%.
Maybe they have an idea that it would also look cool as a pillow gusset.
So a pillow gusset like around it, or even around like a bolster pillow. Either way. It is on 13 mesh. The colors are fantastic. Yes. So back to Coco Frank. Here is the olive jar. I've tried to order this a number of times and it is always out of stock. I was very happy when I saw it that it was in stock. And these are new to us. Rebecca noticed these a little while ago and they weren't available and now they are. So look at the little snow globe, 13 mesh. This is the Christmas tree, of course. Look at, I mean, each one's cuter than the next. There is the snow person. And look at the reindeer. They're so sweet. So they're 13 mesh. I think they're about 4.5 or 5 inches tall. 5 inches tall by 4 inches wide. So snow, Christmas tree. Hope that writes it up, Melissa. Snowman and the reindeer. So I thought those were really sweet. Restock from Coco Frank, one of our favorite canvases, her Nutcracker Trio on 13 mesh. And then Meredith Collection at Last Market came out with a whole series of dog rounds, Christmas dog rounds. I believe these are 5-inch rounds on 13 mesh. Yes, they are. So a couple of the dogs are here. This is the Yorkie. And I think these are darling ornaments. Just, it doesn't matter if you have a Yorkie or not. Like, they're just gonna look so cute on your tree. That is the Yorkie. And here is the Chihuahua. There are, I think, 3 or 4 others in this series. Sorry, I'm doing a terrible job with this board. 3 or 4 others in this series that will come in at some point soon. So yeah, that's the Chihuahua, and then there's the Yorkie. Restock from Lauren Block. This is the cruise ship. I believe it comes with a monogram chart. It sure does. So you can personalize it with maybe Disney on there or your name, whatever you want to do. But I love the cruise ship. And I think it doesn't necessarily have to be a Disney cruise ship that we went on. This was new to me, so pretty. Look at this palm tree with all those colors in the background.
I'm obsessed with that one.
So pretty. Those colors are so good together. We have more of these angels. I should have pulled them. This is the angel with the trumpet. There are more in the series that God bless. Emily is going to go look, so we'll come back to that in a second. If you want something special for your maybe favorite pooch, this is the Y-inspired dog bone in red. And then there's a Y-inspired dog bone in blue. Cute, cute, cute. Another item from Melissa Shirley. This has a funny background story. I stitched this when Kelly was a mere customer and we didn't really know each other all that well. She was selling some old stash that she didn't want, and I bought this from her, and
so did I, and I bought one too.
Love it. And Liz bought one too. We're like, we don't really know her very well, but we're gonna buy her old stuff. We don't care. And so then she came in and she's like, I'm so glad you guys are giving me cash because I'm gonna turn right back around and give it back to the Wool and the Floss.
Yes.
Which I think is what happened. But in the meantime, I love stitching this. We've had a number of customers admire it. I had somebody order it. And it is here and in the building. So if you love my little pumpkin faces as much as I do, it is here. And I still love that piece, and that was a number of years ago.
I opened that package when it came to send to Emily, and I laughed because it was like 3 of those.
Well, a customer saw them on the wall, and I was glad that they had them in stock.
Snooze you lose, Uncle.
The Melissa Prince ordered some new things at market. These were market previews, as I'm saying. Things are just starting to come in from the painting service. So she does her kind of Art Deco animals, and this is her new Woodland series. So here is the raccoon. Don't let Kaylee see it. Good thing we have a 2-week rule. She would be taking this home. She loves her raccoons. This one is the fox. He's so good.
Creatures. So much.
So good. This is the beaver. Look at him, his little buck teeth. So funny. And this is the moose. And next up, since I'm hearing the cackle over there, I'll roll out the fact that she also has a Wicked coaster.
Oh my god!
Oh, I love that.
Isn't it great? So she has all her movie coasters, and love that one. So Ann Kay, some restocks and some new items. This is the Santa Walking the Black Lab. This is her green and blue. I think she calls this a key fob. Key fob. 18 mesh. If you're doing some northern Michigan traveling this summer, there is her Harbor Springs round. Then these were brand new to me. I had not seen these before. I have to admit, basically my dining room has been turned into a mahjong room. I really don't use my dining room, so I've shrunken my table, I've added a card table, and it's basically now the mahjong room. The one time that I love to use my dining room is at Christmas, and I like to pull out all the stops. You know, the fancy crystal, the fancy place settings. These are Christmas napkin rings, you guys. How beautiful would your table be with a set of these? So there are 6 on this canvas, and it's $197, but you're getting 6 napkin rings, and they're all slightly different. So you've got the Christmas truck with the tree and the holly, the herringbone, room for an initial, the herringbone in red, room for initial, the little topiaries, and the reindeer. I love these. So you know, if you have a bigger family, maybe you need 2 sets of these, but I think they're fantastic. So I had not seen those before. I don't know if they were new at the last market and somehow I missed them. We also got in from her the Christmas, I think she calls them tic-tac-toe boards, but I've had lots of people just do these as pillows. They don't have to be a tic-tac-toe board, but they certainly could be. A nice shipment from Stitch Tent. This is so funny. Tell me what it's called again, Emily.
The tastiest water.
The tastiest water. So yeah, so look closely. This 13 mesh darling piece from Francis Abel. That little dog is drinking out of the Christmas tree. It did lead to some discussions about how we have dogs that drink out of toilets and other things. So
That wouldn't look good on
this is from Pip and Roo.
Smokey the cat only drinks from the Christmas tree during the season.
Yeah, well, why not,
It's very
right?
bizarre. but,
So
you know.
you might be able to change this into, I think you could change that to a black cat with a little bit of creativity.
Or a white dog with a different background named Louie.
Oh, Louie, he's a naughty. This is this most beautiful mountain cow. That's from Pip and Roo. So pretty. We may have seen a finish by Liz of the green bow.
It's right here.
We promise we will tape it when we send you yours. Oh, here is hers. She's popped up the colors. Imagine that. So,
And I realize I have 2 stitches missing, so it's not done. Dang it.
oh, close. So there's the green bow. It is also available as a blue bow. What are you doing with your bow, Liz?
Ooh. I want to make it a bag tag. I think it would be very cute on a bag.
Really cute. So,
Bag tag.
that's what I think Kelly and I envisioned it when we picked them out when we were in that room at market. So I'm glad to hear that that's how you like it too. So this is the floral bouquet on yellow. These are 13 mesh. The floral bouquet on pink, 13 mesh, 4-inch round. And the floral bouquet on blue. Then I saw this piece. I had not seen this before. This was new to me, but I know when I was fortunate enough in my 20s to backpack through Europe, and this was back in the days when you backpack through Europe, that literally meant you carried a backpack, not a little roller bag, and hopped on planes. You carried a backpack and you took trains and stayed at hostels and the whole shebang. And going to Versailles and seeing the Petite Trianon was one of my favorite places. And you don't see travel pieces very often that are in 13 mesh. So I just love this piece. So the Petite Trianon, if you've been to Versailles, I'm sure you recognize it. And that is new to us. I just want to hang with my dogs. This has multiples. There is a version that says I just want to hang with my dog, singular. That is on back order, but we have the plural version in the building. Again, from 2 Designs. These bird lotus, how pretty is that? 13 mesh, 4-inch round. This is the bird on stripes we saw earlier in 18 mesh. That's 4-inch round. This is Art Nouveau to be a daisy clutch. So a little pouch or a little clutch. Colors are fantastic on 13 mesh. This little Christmas piece, how cute is that? 13 mesh with the garlands. Love that. 3-inch insert. This would go in that pink box we saw earlier beautifully. This is called the Alpine Flower insert. This is on 18 mesh. We had a couple discussions this morning. Look at how like vintagey and heartwarming this little frog piece is. This is from SLS. When you add a background to this, it's going to end up being about 4.5 by 6 probably. And it just really reminded me of like my childhood. I don't know. It just really spoke to me. I loved it. From Planet Earth, we've had a number of requests for Route 66. So if you were waiting for this, this is on its way to you today. But we did get an extra one. I've had a number of stitchers finish up their large nutcracker. I didn't pull mine down, but I think you guys have seen this enough. So we do have this back in the building. And Liz, your phone is ringing, and I'm still.
Someone called me repeat, sorry.
I love this next canvas.
These artichokes, fantastic. This would be great as a box pillow. It would be fantastic in the self-finishing table. The yellow striped background is.
I love an artichoke. I don't know why.
They're delish.
They
No,
are
like
delicious
visually,
to eat.
visually.
They're fun to look at. Yeah, I'm with you. From Audra, the Joy Square or rectangle, excuse me. The Cheers. This was exclusive to, I think, Nimble Needle for a while and now readily available. The giant order from KCN. This is most of what we got from KCN and Gingham Stitchery. So let's hope we can get through most of this. I've got 8 minutes. This is the cat eyeglass case. I do think you're going to want to make this bigger. This is probably designed to fit into their leather eyeglass case, but there is enough canvas to make this. I'm going to double check that I'm not wrong. Yeah, you're going to want to make this a little wider and a little longer, but because it's just stripes, you can easily do that. So a standard eyeglass case is 3.5 by 7. So that's the size you're going to want to have us make it into a finished eyeglass case. Talk turkey to me. We love a good turkey dinner. The blue ribbon turkey.
Classic.
So fantastic. If you are stitching maybe for a tween or an elementary school kid, keep out. So good, 13 mesh. Midwest State of Mind, a shop favorite, of course. We love this floral cone. I think they call it a Mayday basket, but
Isn't that, I think that's so sweet.
it is very sweet. That would be cute as a bag tag as well, around a larger purse. Emily is stitching the large version of these dogs from SCT, but this is I think it's a 5-inch round. Might be 4.5. Hold, please. 4.25, just to make me round. But all those little dogs represented, so sweet. From Stitch Rock Designs. I reordered all of her dogs. This is the Golden Retriever. I'm waiting for the other dogs to come back into stock. So sweet. Hello Pumpkin. This is a shop favorite. Rebecca stitched this last year. So
We
sweet.
got stitches mixed in, huh? Into KCN.
Oh yeah, I got Stitch Rock mixed in with KCN. Sorry,
That's okay.
I identified it right, but there's more KCN. Do not worry. One more chapter. Don't tell my future daughter-in-law this is going to be her Christmas ornament. It's at home waiting for its love. Back to KCN. The Espresso Martini is supposed to be a clutch, but you can do with it what you will. The colors are fantastic. 13 mesh Santa face. And he has friends. There is the green nutcracker. There is the red nutcracker. I love this series. And there is the reindeer. Cute, cute, cute. And the La Dolce Vita, there we go. So fun. So there's the zebra in their beach chair, reading a book, drinking a cocktail. The giraffe is ordering from a menu. That's no book. It says menu on there. They're ready to get their cocktails rolling. The, oh my God, it's so cute. The elephant with the headscarf, love it. These would be fantastic framed. They'd be great as bag tags with some shadow stitching around them. This is the alligator or the crocodile, not sure which. And the cheetah, please note, cheetah's sunglasses are heart-shaped, so cute. Personalizable coaster or pillow insert with a strawberry.
I love that neon.
Sunglass cases from KCN, from Thorne Alexander, excuse me. Strawberries all over, 13 mesh, and made extra wide so that you don't have to worry about making it wide enough for your
That looks good
sunglasses.
with a light blue background.
The owls, love, love, love. Read the Room. So we're gonna see Read the Room twice. This is the bookmark, or maybe long narrow sign. We're gonna call it a bookmark, but you do you, Read the Room. And then we also have Read the Room by Jane Austen. These are both Thorne Alexanders. And we talk about adding some background on making this into a clutch on the regular.
4 Flossets on that canvas.
Okay, I've got 4 minutes. This is from the Sheffield collection. That's so pretty. He is a chinoiserie pigeon, and I think you could easily make him to go into the self-finishing table. New design from the girls at Heirloom Designs. And this is not a 6x3 insert. It is not an acrylic insert. So you just need to be careful if you're trying to put this into a finished piece. What you do with it, it is called Spring Blossom, but it is a little big for a 6x3 and a little small for the acrylic purse. So just be warned. The Tumbling Pumpkins, Kelly is probably going to get back into pumpkin frame time soon and finish up her frame. This is the 4-inch round. The Stitching Witch from Amelia. The Geranium Round from Kate Woodward. Like I said, Kelly and Emily and Kaylee were all after me. Here's Betty Does Bubbles in her Halloween attire. And then Amelia has a series that I just love. This is Stella the Ghost. So that's a little dog under that ghost costume. Here is the Fall Sweet Cheeks. I believe there's a couple people, including Liz, that have the Winter Sweet Cheeks on order. So it is coming. I don't understand these Taylor's versions, but I think they're darling. This is the cat. And there is Ghost. So the cat one, or what I see as a cat, is Ghost 1. The one with the hat is Ghost number 2. And then there is Ghost number 3, which has kind of the heart-shaped glasses on. So 3 versions, really, really fun. So that's number 3. Hat is number 2. Cat ears is number 1. Speaking of pigeons, here is a pheasant, so pretty. The sheep head.
1 minute.
Okay, the ghost pumpkins. And I think I'm going to stop because I don't want to run out of time. So I'm going to say a quick goodbye. Thank you for joining us, and I will be gone next week, but I think you're in for a surprise next Thursday. So we'll see you when I'm back. Bye.